This poem, guys, was a lovely surprise. Got to see the launching of the boats one day in Clontarf, and it touches more so on than letting go of fantasies of foreign lands and surrendering to Dublin and kind of making peace with those ideas I had of how it should be and putting my feet down and enjoying.
Boat launch, the whisp of the waves in the July breeze, the slap of the wood in the boat, the footsteps on the slipway.
The community push, the rush of the 130, the roar of the crane, the heave of the joint push, the loitering around weekend chatter amidst the sound of doors closing, loosening of chains and pulleys, far removed from the usual latte light work. Experienced sailors mix with Saturday strollers today, the roar of the engine ready to launch the next boat, swing of the jetty ropes, the clang of chains being released, swung like a carnival machine, dewberry shoes and wellies, fingers pointing, commands being heard, the birds tweet while through games of hide and seek, the shake of the stacks across the bay have given my eyes and ears today, and the childlike intake of the sea as the plunge and crash before me. Feast for the senses, my puja practice adds to this place. Not Clontarf, Nantucket today. Noel tells me April to September the season. Delighted to get out this year. The gurgle of petrol adds a different feel to Clontarf Jetty today. And it sounds like the hard work
Spot
is
the
about to
tourists
pay.
right in the midst of the afternoon GAA runs. Noel tells me they didn't get out this year. Finally, the beauty of the boats. Eager for me to experience it, he drums up a sign-in sheet for me. Like graceful impalas on the Serengeti, my senses mix with the lapping of the waves, the men and women at work, and the air, a heavy vibe to the bay today. Not the usual spring-like motion, stroll of joggers. No, it's an anchor for my soul, a ritual. In a world of flights of fancy, this is needed for me today. The weight of the seasons and events assure me to be here next year. Nature is here next year. I welcome the wait. So often used for a lunchtime dip, today the yacht club's on the ball. And it's a walk. It's a walk over to the new season. The sun caressing my page, while the sharp wind bites, the sea gurgling a welcome. A lonely boy welcomes the ships back in and action after losing an entire year. And it's tying of the shoes in the open boot. It's not a day for sweatpants and active wear. It's a day for wellies and slickers. The cyclists stop for a look. A holy man walks by. Begason begins to fill. It's the start of the summer launch. It's the start of the summer with a little Nutella twist to stand in the bay and get in for a dive. Not quite river dance. And it's my pride that hurts most at my fantasies made from shame. My weak legs, I surrender to them today. To feel Copacabana in Dublin Bay. Hope, a new season begins. Gorse, the remedy for hope grows across the jetty slope. The gulls above Clontarf Boat launch done for the day. We were here at 5:30 this morning. We need the tide out and for the boats to fill up. One lady tells me as the crane takes a rest for the day. When it's midnight, no point bringing it out. I'm assured now. The palm trees in front of me. As I say goodbye to my darlings, I am greeted by a beautiful Brazilian in the Circle K. Obrigado, I say. A surprise, delighted to be here. Sitting here now, rain pattering on my Hyundai. I feel warm amidst this storm. And as I say goodbye to my darlings when Odin meant the poems, I mean my fantasies. In a world where Copacabana, Costa del Sol, my practice helping me find a way to get the holiday vibe, I stand in the sea in Dublin Bay. I plunge, the tide against my back, the brine. I stand. These legs are in need of water. These trunks need water. As my legs open to the minerals of Dublin Bay, I absorb. I think I'm turning blue, navy and blue. My body craving. I get in. I stand, taking in this land. This is Dublin. No more craving. I surrender to my front door, to feel more, whatever the weather. Nature's ringing her bell. It's the idea is the worst. I tune into the experience today. My habits no longer a curse.